So for day 4 of my trip, I started with a nice breakfast in Lake Havasu, and then I rode back south a ways, just so I could check out this wonderful road that was what I caught the night before on my way into town. The night before, I remember the long sweeping turns, a little bit of up and down, and occasionally being able to see some houses across the water along the river. This really is a pretty majestic part of Arizona. The landscape is stark and empty, but beautiful. Lots of multicolors in the rocks, reds, grays, and browns. The road is new, or was new when I was there. Nice and smooth, good fast turns, and beautiful scenery all along the way. If only you could stay out from behind trucks. This ride back into Lake Havasu, probably about 10-15 miles, is really one of the better rides on this trip. It was just a wonderful break and a great way to start my 4th day. I was heading north out of Lake Havasu on my way to the Las Vegas area. This looked like it was going to be a bit of a boring ride with a lot of straight runs. But for a while yet, there was still some wide sweeping turns, and it was really quite enjoyable. The road took me across a bit of a high plain, wide, vast open spaces with mountains in the distance. The weather coming in from the west was going to meet me a little bit later on today, but for now, this was just a really enjoyable ride. As I continued north, I was getting a little bit closer to the weather. This particular storm front had a little bit of electrical storms. So after a while, I decided to not risk it. I don't really mind getting wet. I don't mind being cold. But an electrical storm is not something I was eager to ride through. So, after a few miles of pondering, I decided to head back and take shelter in a gas station and McDonald's for a while the worst of this storm passed.
Okay, take your time,
After a little bit of a break and something to eat, I had some time to let myself dry off a bit, to get back on the road and head right back out in the rain. A little while later, the rain lightened up and the skies got blue again, and I was able to keep making my way north. I had decided to try to make my way over to Hoover Dam. It's one of our nation's most important monuments. It really is impressive, and I'd never actually seen it. I'd driven around it a few times, but I've never found the time to stop. So this would be the time. As you get closer to Lake Meade, you go back into the mountains a little bit, but the road is still relatively straight and easy to ride. After being in the desert so long, and the plains and the rain, this first view of Lake Meade was absolutely stunning. The rich blue off in the distance was really captivating. It's almost a little bit dangerous how distracting this was, riding and seeing this and being so drawn to the beauty ahead.
Nope.
Drone.
Nope.
Far left through traffic.
Thank you.
After getting into the gate, I decided to stop at the first turnout to go and look at the vista. After parking, I made my way up the stairs and out onto the bridge to get a really good view of the dam. The dam itself is really amazing. Classic American Art Deco architecture. Something that you just don't see things built like anymore today. This place really is a treasure. Something that not a lot of people talk about is the fact that there are two architectural marvels here. There's Hoover Dam, of course, which is stunning, but in a very different way, there's this really impressive concrete arch bridge. This is where they rerouted the interstate. Having both this modern and more classical architecture in the same place make this a special place to visit. I hope more people actually take in the new bridge as well as the dam, because it really is something to appreciate. After seeing Hoover Dam, I made my way into Las Vegas into my hotel for the night. Got a nice dinner and checked in. Oh, and I had to have the obligatory trip down the Strip in Las Vegas. I've never really been a big fan of Vegas, but you kind of have to go look at it. In the end, it's not really a town for me, but still, it was a nice visit. Tomorrow, I'm going to head over to Death Valley, and I can't wait to see what's there.